Jesus said, "I am the vine, you are the branches." It's such an intimate and natural expression of Christian connection and community. So it is that we as human beings are made to be part of and belong to communities, to countries, to churches. So it is that as we hear John's Gospel continue that voice of Jesus when he says, "Just as the branches cannot bear fruit by themselves unless they abide in the vine, neither can you bear fruit unless you abide in me." For that reason, this theme of vine and branches has become that of this season of generosity and giving as we look to 2024 as a year of growth and renewal in our parish. Through this pledge and campaign season, we will be making individually and collectively as households our commitment to making 2024 a year of growth in mission, membership, discipleship, and service to the wider community. So it is that as we find that level for our own commitment and plan and pray through this 15th chapter of the Gospel of John, which I hope you will read as you discern your pledge for the coming year, that we find ourselves caught up as part of the vine and branches metaphor. I believe no other faith connects such vastly divergent things as God and humanity, creatures and cosmos as Christianity does. And yet we live in a pandemic of loneliness and anxiety in these United States. And so it is that what we teach and do and practice here is how to make those connections and build that community where sisters and brothers live together in that unity that is God's will. St. James is a community that does this 7 days a week and every week of the year. It is an extraordinary thing. And when we need most the time and care of our clergy and fellow parishioners, that is available 24/7 too. I learned this in a new way in my own unexpected illness this year when I had to call on my clergy and this whole congregation to pray for me. I was in and through the Christ vine, literally a receiver of your healing prayers and wonderful care. I have felt constantly your presence. It has been one of the astonishing gifts of this year to feel the power of your prayer and to know it as I have felt the powers of my prayers for you. So that has led me again and again back to the Gospel of John chapter 15. For 15 years, I have been with you, part of your suffering and struggling, your joys and your connections. That has been my greatest joy in Christ. And now, as we look to this horizon of the year to come, how we can be released to love and serve others, our God, and ourselves better, this comes into focus again. How are we in each other and finding one another in Christ? Every week, our congregation spans newborn babies and people in their 90s, those who are in person and those who are online, from near and far away. From our Bible studies and retreats, our men's and women's groups, to solitary communion visits, from children's chapel to Narcotics Anonymous meetings, from mission trips to Holy Land pilgrimages, we are a people who pray, learn, serve, and give so generously. You make St. James in the heart of the city, a place of radical hospitality, historic beauty, and innovative tradition. So let us give ourselves to each other and to this place, that we might give ourselves more faithfully to God in Christ and to the world, showing it by our joy and how that joy is made complete in Christ, that others will follow us as we follow Him. I hope you will join me and my family in this Vine and Branches campaign of making that commitment of whatever radical generosity is sustainable for you as we seek to grow together in that faith, hope, and love that we find in each other and in Christ here at St. James.